Time for the auction. This is the 4U series auction. 4U01 is the Clovis I did on video last night. It's made from root beer type chert. You can see it all on video. Flutes are indirect percussion. I don't use jigs to do these. It looks pretty obvious that I don't. Medium-sized flute and a short flute. So it's just a regular, not so fancy Clovis. Let's see. The fancy ones have long flutes. This one is 1.25 inch wide, 3 3/8 long. And just out of curiosity, 376 grains. Okay. All right. So you can see it on video. Yep. 4U02. 3 objects under this one item number. I made these over the weekend at my friend's house in the now infamous garage. Let's see. This one is a Uvalde, I believe. Forgive me if I forget the names of these. It's a, these are all in the archaeological record from Texas. I think this is Uvalde Point and Uvalde Point. Okay. This one is a Zephyr type point, and this one is a Fairland type point. Okay. This one is 2 5/8. Almost 2 3/4. 2 3/4, a little bit over. These are all raw chert, root beer type, root beer-ish. They're all raw. Same with the Clovis, it's raw chert. Okay, these are all the same material. I had a bunch of this stuff I was knapping over the weekend, so all these points are going to be the same type of root beer-ish type material. All right, nice translucency. So there you go. Well, I am curious on the grain weight on these. Hold on. 138, 134, 120, right? Yeah, 120, 118, 120. These are all at little dart points. Okay. For U03, I'm offering this by itself because I'll give you a chance to get just one item, and it probably won't set you back very much money. So I'm going to offer this by itself. This one is a, okay, let's see. Ensor type. All right, same root beer-ish type chert, raw. Uh, 2 15/16, and this one weighs 186 grains. It's also an atlatl dart point type. All right, I don't have these on video. I made these off camera just so I can get them knocked out quickly. All right, nice and sharp. There you go. 4U04. This one is on video. It's a Shumla with deep notches. All right. You can see all of it on video. Same root beerish type chert. Raw chert. 184 grains, not grams, but grains. Okay, and let's see, this is uploading a little bit late, but I'm still going to end the auction at 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern means 8 Central, 7 Mountain, or 6 Pacific, depending on your time zone. Okay, I made a small announcement before this that it was going to be late. I just wanted to clear that up. I said 9, but I forgot to mention 9 Eastern. That's very important. Okay. For you 05, this is a box of that same root beerish type chert. A box of bifaces of the chert. These are all little bifaces. Okay. Made a bunch of these. This, I don't know what that is. Dirty. Let's see. Little patch of something on there. All right, so yeah, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 bifaces. Okay, they range from high grade to mid grade. They're different grades, but they're all going to be mid-grade to high grade. They're all raw, but they can be heat treated. But I don't recommend going higher than 325 degrees Fahrenheit. You can try 350 or something, but I recommend 300 degrees or even 275 degrees on these. Yeah, very low heat treatment if you want to heat treat. I'd start at 275 and see how it naps. If it naps really well for you, don't go higher than that. It naps well raw, okay? But if you want to heat treat it so it naps extremely good, then stay under 350 and start it under 300 just in case, okay? Start it under just as an experimentation. Some of them will respond to that low heat. All right, so this is 4 1/4, a little bit over. 3 1/4, 3 1/8, 3 1/2, some of these are chunkier than others or thicker than others. 4 1/4, a little bit under 3. A little bit over 3 3/4, 3 1/2, 3 3/8. This is a high grade piece right here. 3 7/8, 3 1/8, 3 5/8. And 3 5/8. This one has a little bit of an issue there. I try to get all the step fractures out when I'm doing these bifaces. That's the only one that has major step fractures in it. Right here. And it's still got cortex on it. I threw it in anyway. Alright. Yeah, some of these still have a little bit of cortex on them. All right, and they're all raw, but they can be heat treated at very low heat if you want to do that. Okay. For U06, this is a box of heat treat. Now this starts out as extremely bad to nap chert because it's tough. It's like all concrete when it's raw. It feels like it's just solid concrete. But when you heat it, it becomes very fragile but very easy to nap. Now, this is not for beginners. This stuff is snapping halfish. Okay, remember, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, snap in half-ish just means it'll snap in half very easily. Okay, just like obsidian. It's tougher than obsidian, but it snaps in half just like obsidian. All right, it is heat treated to 400 degrees. Okay. I don't think there's any existing cracks. That one doesn't go very deep. Hopefully, that one right there. Okay, so this is all at exactly 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 hours. That's the heat treat. All right. Yeah, like I said, this starts out really cruddy, but when it's heat treated, it becomes extremely easy to nap. Okay, but it's not for beginners because it'll snap on you. Be very gentle. Okay, just be aware. I did test some of these out just to make sure that they responded to the heat. I took some flakes off. What are the sizes? Let's see. This one's a 4 1/4. This one's about 4, a little over 4. It's got some cortex on that side. Let's see, 3 1/2. 3 1/2. This one's a little bit curved. You won't be able to get the whole length out of this one. So just be aware. Some of these are kind of curvish. Right? Same batch, same heat treat level. They're not all going to be napping the same though, right? It varies. Even though I got these from the same big nodule, they vary. Some of them are going to be extremely snap and half-ish, and some are not. Most of them will be very delicate. That's just a thin flake. I put some flakes in here so you can test it without blowing up the bifaces. Okay, they will blow up if you don't get used to this stuff before you start napping on the bifaces. And by blowing up means they'll break in half. All right, 3 1/2. No, 3 1/4. Yeah, I tested this one here. I knocked off the bulbar percussion or something, and it's slick. Very easy to nap. Okay, this one is 3 5/8. But just be aware, this is not beginner heat treat stuff. A little under 4. 3 1/8. I mean, if you're a beginner and you want to buy it, I don't mind it, but you know, just be aware. 2 1/2. Just be aware this is going to be not so easy. Although it is easy to flake, it's not going to be easy to avoid the snap and half-ish type thing. All right. For you 07. Yeah, last but not least, a box of broken bifaces and stuff. I got one piece of glass in here. All right, so this one is a heat treat 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This is just like the previous box of stuff that it starts out extremely low grade, but once it's heat treated, it becomes high grade stuff, but also very fragile. All right. You don't have to reduce it down if you don't want to, but it is, you know, you can nap it easily. 6 7/8 by a little over 2 3/4, almost 2 15/16. All right, it's just a biface that I was going to nap down into a knife, but ran out of time. This is a biface of Belton type chert. I do believe this is raw. This is a Belton chert biface. Let's get all the Belton stuff. What is Belton chert? It comes from, I don't know if it's Belton Lake area or Belton County. I think it's from the Belton Lake area. You can pick up big nodules of this stuff. Well, you used to be able to pick up big nodules of it. It's getting, you know, the surface stuff is getting harder to find. But it's raw, it's kind of chalky, but it naps very easily. Okay? 6 inches, a little under 6 inches. There's a broken piece. It will break on you, okay? So it will snap on you if you're not careful. Total length was almost 5 inches. This is 3, and this is a little teeny 2-inch piece. This one is 5 5/8 by, a little over 3 1/8, almost 3 1/4. Let's see. This one is 4 7/8 by 3 1/4. Yeah, 3 1/8. 4 1/4 by almost 3. Yeah. Now the rest of these are brokes, I think. Yeah. This is a tough raw piece of chert. This is all Texas stuff, as far as I know, except for one piece in here. I got one little biface of Coastal Plains, and I don't know if it's heat treated or not. I can't remember. 3 5/8 by 2 inches. Yeah, that's just one of these in here. Anyway, I snapped this. I don't know if I snapped it on or off camera. I don't remember. I snapped this one too. Unfortunately, because I really like this. I mean, it's hard to nap. Some of the prettiest stuff is very, very hard to nap. You'll find out. It's very chalky, not chalky, grainy, and it's like concrete. It had a good area in here, but most of it's that concretey, yellowish stuff. It might be heat treatable. I don't know. This is that root beerish type stuff. I got a bunch of it. Not a bunch of it. I have a bunch of it, yes, but not in this box. I snapped this one last night, making some of those little dart points. But anyway, this will give you a chance to work on this raw root beerish type stuff. This is a raw piece of Texas chert as well, kind of tough, but I made a biface out of it. I was going to nap or put it in heat treat, I'm not sure. 3 1/2. This is a piece of commercial grade glass with a bronze coloration. I think the color of bronze. Just so you can bang on it. It's high grade glass. Almost 5 inches by 2 inches down here. You're not going to be able to get the whole length and width unless you grind it down and then do the flake over grind thing. But it's just something that I got as a gift. I got a bunch of this stuff as a gift. And if you don't know what napping high grade glass feels like, now's your chance. All right. Yeah, this is a piece of, I think this is raw chert. I think everything is raw in here except for that one heat treat biface. Why am I including that one heat treat biface? I don't know. I don't have time to nap it. That's the main reason. I don't have time to nap this. I would like to nap it. Yeah. Make a good knife. Yep. So I think that's the only heat treat in here. This is possibly a heat treat, but I can't remember. All right. Okay, so I think that's it. Yep. Okay. Rules. Bid in the comment section under one of my pre-populated comments. Okay. My comments that I put in here are going to contain the item number, a timestamp where the item appears in the video, and a short description. Okay. Just bid or comment or reply under one of those, depending on which item you want. Right. Just bid under the item you want. It's also a good idea to put the item number in with your bid, like $45 on 4U01, let's say. Okay? It's a good idea because if somehow you get lost and your reply or your comment gets put somewhere else, or you make a mistake and it's not under the correct item number, I still know your bid because you specified the item number. Okay? If you just put in $45, just at random somewhere, I don't know what you're bidding on, unless you put it under the right comment or you put the item number with your amount. All right, so it's a good practice to put the item number with your amount. Unless you've done this before, don't worry about it. I will like your comment if I see it. Very important. Not all comments are seen. Some people see some comments, some people don't see some comments. As luck would have it, I might not see your very important comment or your bid at the time where you are expecting it to be seen, and it's the worst possible time for it not to be seen. That's my luck. Okay? So just be aware that I cannot always, or I might not always see your comment. I will like it if I see it. Now, it may take me a while to like it. As time goes closer to the end of the auction, I check more often, so you'll probably get a like pretty quick if it's getting toward the end of the auction. All right? Okay. All right. Try not to bid at the last minute. I'm using YouTube's time tracker, and it's not always accurate. It can be up to 2 minutes off. Please be aware of this, okay? Please be aware. If you guys want to bid at the last minute, I don't care. But be aware that sometimes YouTube will say you're late, even though you know you're on time and I know you're on time. I have to use the YouTube time tracker in order to say you won or to announce the winners. You know, I'm using YouTube's time tracker to announce the winners. Okay, so just be aware. It could be off a little bit. Shipping is free in the U.S. International shipping is discounted but not free. All right? International rates often change. I might need to charge more than this. So this gives you kind of an idea of what I'm going to add to it if you win. All right? Canada is cheaper than others usually. Okay? Now, sometimes they update the prices, so they go a little bit up or a little bit down depending on international rules or laws or whatever. Anyway, international shipping is not free, but it is discounted somewhat. All right, I'm not going to charge you the full price for international shipping. All right. I will provide tracking numbers. I accept PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, checks or money orders in the mail, or I can email you an electronic invoice that you can pay with a card. Please note, I cannot charge your credit or debit card on my end. Security measures have been imposed on PayPal, especially. I cannot keep, or I can, but I cannot charge your credit card with the credit card number if you give me the credit card number. It doesn't work on my end. Okay? If I send you an invoice, you're going to pay it on your end. I can't pay it for you with your card number. All right? Just be aware. Winners will be announced starting at 9:01 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 8 Central, 7 Mountain, or 6 Pacific. Please pay attention to your time zone. I will reply to your winning bid with this little cut and paste message. Sold. Thank you. The item number, the price. Please email me your name, address. Yeah. If you win, you need to email me. All right? Unless you've done this many times before, I've already got your information. But if you're new, I need your information, and the only one that can provide me with your information is you. There's no private messages on YouTube. I can't remind you with a reminder. All I can do is reply to your comment, your winning comment or your winning bid or your winning reply with this. Once you see that I've replied to your winning comment or reply or bid, you need to email me. Unless, of course, I already have your information on file and you've already done business with me. If you're new, this is what's important. Okay? Email me if you win. All right. And you got to keep checking the comment section, obviously. These are my cheat notes. There is a better description below. Okay? Please look at my previous auctions to see how they work. Yeah, that's very important. They're all still posted. They're all still there. Auction 3J has a demo on how to bid. I used my tablet. All right? Okay. So, yeah. Sorry it's late today. The auction's a little bit late. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a very good weekend. I hope you liked the items this week. All right? And good luck.